Hello everyone, welcome back to another Smart Money Sundays. Now apologies for last week, I did miss last week's video, but there wasn't really much going on in the market and I was traveling, so apologies for that. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it now. Before I go head over to the charts, I'm going to quickly go over some the fundamentals for new week. So we do have a bit of a busy schedule coming into the new week. This is all the high impact news that you should be aware of as we come into the new week. So we are in the start of a new month, so we do have non-farm payrolls coming up on this Friday, so that is something to look out for. Also, we do have some AUD interest rate news and some PMI data coming out, as well as some euro news and employment news for USD, as well as some more euro data coming into Thursday. So this is something to be aware of, but I think what this is likely going to see, we're going to see a lot of moves play out throughout the week, but majority of the moves I think we're going to see in the second half of the week. So Thursday and Friday, I think we're going to see majority of the swing of volatility play out. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Now let's go over to the chart. So DXY, if you would have recalled from last week's video, I was looking for price to come back into one of my interest zones. Okay, now this is my deeper level and this is my my inner level, right? It's a simple zone where different levels I map out, where I built confluences upon, but price has basically hit one of my levels, and what I'm basically anticipating is to see look for some sort of accumulation occur here. So I'd want to see price continuously take out the lows, push back above, come back, maybe take out the low one more time, and then start trading back above. This will give me signs of clear-cut accumulation. I want to see price range within this level to see some sort of accumulation occur. That will build my bias for longs coming into 110 from a swing perspective. Okay, because you need to understand, just like what we saw here, price just doesn't come into a level and just bounce off like that, right? It doesn't do that. It needs to distribute or accumulate. Okay, just like it's done here. Okay, this is the way price moves. So this is what I'm sort of looking at on the higher time frames. Now when you push to the lower time frames, I'm anticipating price to come out and take out this low as we approach the new week. So I will be looking for early on in the week for some potential dollar shorts to then look for some dollar longs. Now the main probable scenario I will be looking at is for dollar longs below 102 102.4 level, and then look for low time frame confirmations to long this fucker back above, potentially target 103. Again, these are more intraday positions until we have a clearer idea of the market, because you have to remember we have NFP on Friday, so a lot of the moves will happen later on in the week. So you don't want to jump the gun and get into positions that are not high probable. And as you also have to remember, we are in December, so market conditions can be slow. Also, just mainly because of not as much liquidity in the market due to the holiday period. Okay, so yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. Okay, I'll be looking for a pullback for potential draw onto this low, and then that's where I'll be looking for accumulation on the lower time frame to long this fucker back above. All right, very, very simple. Okay, short sells into buys on the DXY. So that naturally means on EU. Now EU haven't been taking any position for the past 2 weeks. Again, conditions have not been optimal, and I've been away on travel, so I've been focusing much more on crypto side of things, as crypto's been a lot more volatile for me. But what I'm basically seeing, as in terms of a high time frame perspective, price has come into a very important high time frame level, and it's rejected off it with a drop of about almost 200 pips. Okay, so which it's shown a good reaction from sellers from this level. Also, what you would have noticed is we also have let me do it like this, 2, 3 drives, right? Now if you watch my 3 drive video, if you haven't already, I recommend you do that. This is what I refer to as a 3 drive pattern. It usually occurs when you have it's a distribution pattern. It's usually when you see selling momentum about to enter into the market, or you see a potential local top occur, and that's what I'm sort of seeing in the market. Now that does not mean you want to sell from here, Okay, because that's not how I actually trade. I wouldn't recommend you doing that either. Now, if I clear up the charts a little bit, I get rid of all this. Okay, what you'll see is what I'm sort of anticipating is prices sort of create this equilibrium at the low. Now, coming into the new week again, I'm anticipating, just like DXY, a pullback to come into this level of 1009.6 to the high of this level, to then look for lower time frame confirmation to short this fucker back down. Now again, there's a few reasons why, but one of the main reasons is we have objectives that need to get filled down below here. So this is the game plan and the most high probable scenario I see coming into play, and this is more of a swing position. I'm going to be, my main position for the week, I'm going to be looking for come into the new week. Okay, so it's important to have these levels mapped out on your charts as well. But that's sort of the scenario I'm looking at, and if it does play, I will be taking this short, given I see lower time frame confirmations. But this does look very promising, given that DXY goes to plan. Okay, and I'll be ideally looking to take this in the second half of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Okay, I think we'll likely see in terms of how daily cycles work, which I'm not going to get into. But I explain it much more in depth to students. But in terms of how daily cycles work, each day has its own cycle. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, I think we should see a pullback, and then Wednesday, Thursday is usually when you see reversals, and that's where I'll be optimally looking to get into shorts. Okay, but ideally that will depend on how we head into Monday. So when we gauge out Monday's price action, that will give a much better idea of how price is going to play for the remainder of the week. That's why I usually like to sit out on Mondays and gather much more data to have for the remainder of the week. So now we got the dollar and EU out the way. Now let's move over to BTC. Now BTC has been basically creaking up very, very slowly, and the reason it's been doing this is people have been waiting for a dip. Now the way this works is when you see creak movements like this, right, price is usually about to squeeze. So you're seeing higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Again, here was looking for longs on crypto as well with the team. Higher lows, higher highs. Usually when you see something like this, price is getting ready to squeeze up aggressively to the upside. Now that doesn't bar, I still do believe we will see deeper pullbacks, but I don't think we'll see them just yet. Okay, again, you need to understand the importance of trading with the trend. So in terms of the new week, what I'm looking for is ideally if price gives a pullback into 38k region, I would be looking to long this fucker into 40k. Now remember, 40k is an important psychological level. However, I think we come into the mid 40 range, okay, 44, 45k. I think that's where price will likely come into and top out for the high of the year. Okay, I think we do see a December a rally or Christmas rally, whatever the hell you want to call it, before we see a complete sentiment shift in Q1, before we see a reversal come into the new year. So that's usually how market cycles like to work when it comes to yearly cycles, but I'm not gonna get too deep into that because this will be a 2-hour video. But again, look for pullbacks. If we see any flash pullbacks come into Monday, don't trust Sunday movements. Wait for Monday. Wait for the weekly candle closure, okay? Because that's where you will not allow yourself to get trapped into the market, okay? Wait for the weekly candle closure tonight, and then tomorrow we'll be looking for pullbacks. If we get a pullback coming to start of the week, I'll be absolutely longing this fuck up into 40k. Okay, again, this objective does need to get met, and we're likely going to squeeze up much higher. Okay, because you need to think a lot of people are sidelined right now, and BTC in particular likes to make these manipulative moves, right? High highs, high lows, squeeze up higher, take out all shorts, induce more buys into the market, and then reverse. Okay, so this is usually the type of tricks the market likes to play on, or sort of psychology as well. And so that's what I'm ideally looking out for. Okay, I'll highlight my higher time frame plan on BTC in another video, but this is sort of the game plan I'm looking out for in terms of intraday for the new week. Now let's move over to Ethereum, because I've been mostly focusing on alts. Now if you recall from last week's video, or last Smart Money Sunday, you called prices played out exactly as I anticipated, right? Price came into this important level, tapped it, right, and then pushed above, came back, retested this low, okay, retested this demand, right, and then pushed above. If you recall, and I recommend you go watch this again, I said if price breaks above this high and starts trading above it, as it did, I said it will be easy longs into 2200. Now you would have seen 2200 is about roughly almost got hit. Now I still think we're going to squeeze higher. Okay, so Ethereum's played out lovely, but in terms of what I'm anticipating next, let me clear all this up to make this chart a bit cleaner. Okay, so in terms of what I'm anticipating next, so ideally, in order for me to remain long on Ethereum, it needs to stay above this blue level, which is 2142, right? This is an important key level for Ethereum. It needs to, we again, if we see that flash push down, we want to be looking for those easy buys. Okay, but ideally, if you want to wait for confirmation, I wait for price to push back above this high, and it'll be easy longs into potentially into 25, 26, and even 2700. That's my extended target for Ethereum when it comes to actual swing perspective, because you have to remember that Ethereum is playing catch up. BTC is already at 40k, which is the equivalent to this level here on Ethereum, and Ethereum is playing catch up right now. So I still believe 2700 is a very valid target, and if we are lucky, we'll see it before the year's end. But again, it will depend on volatility come into the new week. So this is idea you wanna keep mapped out on your charts. Okay, look for a flash push down. Okay, a quick push down into 2142, and then look for buys within that region to target the new highs. Okay, and then look to scale out on your position as price squeezes higher. But objective, when it comes to swing objective, my target is $2,700. Okay, now respectively to alts, we'll do similar moves, but I'm not going to go over alts. They are shared exclusively to members only. Okay, so if you're interested, that link will be in the description. But let's move over to gold. Now, let me go over to 3-day. The high time frame perspective is always key, especially when it comes to these assets, commodities like gold. Now, if you recall, I did say I wanted to be a buyer at around the 1880 level. However, we never got that pullback. Price reacted from a daily demand level, which was at 1940, before it absolutely bounced up. Okay, now in terms of what I'm looking at for this new week currently, one thing that hasn't happened on gold yet is we have not taken out this liquidity pool, right? These are very, very prominent liquidity, right? This is very prominent highs, and it will get targeted at some point, and price has still not hit that level. So it all depends on how gold will play out for the remainder of the week when it comes to Monday. But ideally, the scenario that I will be looking for gold, a gold position on, is this. So if we come into the daily open, right, if you come into the daily open and price starts to pull back, leaving this liquidity pocket untapped, I will be looking for high probability longs within this demand level, right? 2050, I'll be looking for longs to target this simple liquidity pocket, and we'll probably even look a little higher, because when you see these big liquidity pockets taken, you usually see a big squeeze in the other direction. So before any reversals occur. So this is the scenario I'm seeing play out. Okay, again, this is only on the fact that we do not take out 2080. Okay, this big liquidity pocket, right? Only if this is still intact and we see a pullback come into Monday, I will absolutely long this fucker. Okay, and this is a level I would have mapped out on my own chart as well. Okay, so please do keep that in mind. But other than that, that is another smart money video wrapped up. If you guys saw any value from this video, please do like and subscribe. With all that said and done, I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.